Imagine a substance that literally grows new brain cells, a molecule that strengthens your memory, sharpens your focus, and protects your mind from decay. Now imagine your body produces it every time you move. That substance exists. It's called BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, and most people have never heard of it. But here's what matters. Every workout you do, every run you take, every set of squats you push through, your brain is bathing in it. And if you know how to trigger it properly, you can build a brain that's as strong as your body. Let's start with what's happening inside your skull right now. Your brain contains roughly 86 billion neurons. These are not static, unchanging cells. They are living branches, constantly growing, connecting, and pruning themselves based on what you do. BDNF is the fertilizer. Scientists discovered BDNF in 1982. It belongs to a family of proteins called neurotrophins, growth factors that help neurons survive, develop, and function. But BDNF is the most powerful and the most abundant in the human brain. Think of it this way. If your neurons are trees in a forest, BDNF is the rain that makes them grow. Without it, the forest thins. With it, new branches sprout, existing roots deepen, and the entire ecosystem becomes more resilient. Here's what BDNF actually does inside your brain. First, neurogenesis. It stimulates the growth of entirely new neurons, particularly in the hippocampus. That's the part of your brain responsible for learning and memory. Second, synaptic plasticity. It strengthens the connections between existing neurons. Every time you learn something new, BDNF is what locks it in. Third, neuroprotection. It shields your neurons from damage, stress, and the natural decay that comes with aging. This is not metaphor, this is measurable biology, and the implications are enormous. So where does exercise come in? When you exercise, especially when your heart rate elevates, your muscles release a protein called FNDC5. That protein travels through your bloodstream to your brain, where it triggers the production of BDNF. Your muscles are literally sending signals to your brain saying, build more neurons, strengthen the connections, protect what we have. This is not a small effect. Studies show that a single session of moderate-intensity aerobic exercise can increase BDNF levels by 2 to 3 times baseline. And this spike happens within 20 to 30 minutes of starting. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Research has shown that the hippocampus, that memory center I mentioned, physically grows larger in people who exercise regularly. One landmark study found that aerobic exercise increased hippocampal volume by 2% over a year. That reversed about 1 to 2 years of normal age-related shrinkage. Think about what that means. We've been told our entire lives that the brain inevitably declines with age. But BDNF tells a different story, one where movement becomes the most powerful anti-aging intervention you have. Now the question everyone asks, what kind of exercise produces the most BDNF? The research points to aerobic exercise, running, cycling, swimming, brisk walking, as the strongest BDNF trigger. High-intensity interval training, in particular, produces a sharp spike. A 2018 study found that 20 minutes of HIIT elevated BDNF levels significantly more than steady-state cardio. But here's what most summaries miss. Resistance training matters too, just through a different pathway. Strength training increases BDNF indirectly. When you lift weights, you produce insulin-like growth factor 1, IGF-1. IGF-1 crosses the blood-brain barrier and stimulates BDNF production. It also increases blood flow to the brain, which delivers more oxygen and nutrients to support neuron growth. So the real answer isn't either/or, it's both. Aerobic exercise produces the immediate, sharp BDNF spike. Resistance training builds the long-term infrastructure that keeps BDNF production elevated over time. The optimal protocol, based on the current evidence, looks like this. 3 to 4 sessions of moderate to vigorous aerobic exercise per week, combined with 2 to 3 sessions of resistance training. Each aerobic session should be at least 20 to 30 minutes. Heart rate elevated, breathing hard enough that you can talk but not sing. That's the sweet spot where BDNF production peaks. Exercise is the strongest trigger, but it's not the only one. And if you're doing the work in the gym, you don't want to sabotage it with poor recovery. Number 1. Sleep deprivation. One night of poor sleep reduces BDNF levels measurably. Chronic sleep loss, less than 6 hours per night, suppresses BDNF production so significantly that it can offset the benefits of exercise. Sleep is when your brain consolidates the growth that BDNF stimulated during the day. Number 2. Chronic stress. Cortisol, the stress hormone, directly inhibits BDNF production. This is one reason why long-term stress impairs memory and shrinks the hippocampus. Managing stress, whether through meditation, breathing work, or simply time outdoors, protects your BDNF levels. Number 3. Diet. Omega-3 fatty acids, particularly DHA found in fatty fish, support BDNF signaling. Polyphenols, compounds found in berries, dark chocolate and green tea, have been shown to increase BDNF levels. And on the other side, high sugar diets suppress it. And number 4. Sunlight. Vitamin D receptors exist throughout your brain, including in the hippocampus. Vitamin D regulates BDNF gene expression. Low vitamin D levels correlate with lower BDNF. 15 to 20 minutes of direct sun exposure is one of the simplest BDNF boosters available, and it's free. Here's what I want you to take away. BDNF is not some niche biochemistry concept. It is the mechanism that connects your body to your brain. Every workout you do is not just building muscle or burning fat, it is physically reshaping your neural architecture. When you understand BDNF, exercise stops being about appearance, it becomes about optimization. You're not just training your body, you're growing your brain. The formula is simple. Move regularly, lift heavy things, sleep deeply, eat intentionally, and get sunlight. Do that consistently, and you're not just building a stronger body or a sharper mind. You're building both, at the same time, through the same mechanism, because they're not separate systems. They never were. If this changed how you think about exercise, subscribe to Body Blueprint. We explain how your body actually works, so you can build it with intention.